Hello everyone, my name is Edward, and for the next hour and a half, we will be together for the 6th round of the Formula 1 series organized by Anthem Racing. Alongside me, describing the action of today is, as always, Bigas. Great to have you here with me, Bigas.
It's always good to be here, my friend. Especially in Germany. Hope you like your sauerkraut, mate. So just seeing for getting underway. Something seems to be very paused and broken here at the moment, so please bear with us. Because we're just stuck on a replay screen here at the moment for some reason. Our driver's out currently on the track at the moment. Does anybody can verify that with me?
I am on the track.
Okay, I'm not getting anything here, so... We are broken.
Alongside us here at a commentary box is also the driver Aiden Young, who is going to commentate throughout qualifying to see how an iRacing driver is feeling and going through a qualifying session, and maybe he will stay with us through the race. Aiden, how are you feeling before qualifying?
Feeling pretty good. My pace is maybe not the best, but it's okay. I've had some pretty good practice with Liam before this race, so my racecraft should be pretty good. But yeah, other than that, I'm feeling good.
Yep. So practice has just finished with Joan Solvale leading the way here, and the big surprise of the week is Benjamin Ziz, who is having some connection issues. He finished just 6th in practice, and he might not be able to start the race because of these connection issues. We hope that he will be with us in the race. Talking about him, he hasn't won last race, even though he has won 3 races this season in Japan, in Fuji, in Silverstone, and also in Austria. But in Suzuka, Liam Kerr has won last week, even though the race hasn't been streamed. Paulo Lopez finished 2nd, and Victor Bolea has been in 3rd place. We'll see who is going to win this race, and maybe with the problems that Benjamin has, the gap in the championship is going to get smaller, because right now it's at 38 points between Ziz and Ovale. Anyways, we are waiting for the qualifying session.
Yeah, bear with me. I'm going to have to restart the game. Nothing's working. It's all broken. So you're just going to have to
when you get the,
chat to a blank screen for a minute.
When you get it working, then I'll do a commentary of that.
Not a problem.
Well, my first lap was pretty terrible anyways. It was a 1:10.7.
So, did qualifying actually start? Because on my screen, it's just a practice still.
Yes, qualifying is started.
Yeah, see, that's what
I can
we're
verify
not.
that.
So, technical issues, as we've said. Even on my screen, the qualifying has not started. It's still stuck on practice. So it's not really a great start here at Hockenheim, but
That's what I say as well, yeah.
And also Beagles, I'm sure that you will pull this through, and it's going to work at the end.
Hello?
Yes.
We have these problems before, so we're not the only ones experiencing problems this evening. If Benjamin's also going through the same thing.
Yep.
Probably. Because he keeps joining and disconnecting sometimes. Oh yeah, one thing you forgot to mention about the Suzuka race ED is had I not bottled it, I probably could have got a P2 that race, but luck wasn't with me.
Yep, luck isn't with us either today. But I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting race here at Hockenheim, with a lot of drivers actually battling for pole position and also for the win. I mean, Joan Solvale, Liam Kerr won last week in Suzuka, Paulo Lopez, and you also, Aiden, you all, I think, have chances of winning this race. This is why here at Hockenheim it's going to be very interesting. Last season, Benjamin Ziz has won the race, and he also started from pole position with Alex Eguia finishing in 2nd place and Joe Taverner in 3rd place. Talking about Alex Eguia, who finished 2nd last season here at Hockenheim. In Season 1, Alex Eguia has won and has also took pole position here, with Joan Solvale finishing 2nd, and Stevens has been in 3rd place. So maybe Joan Solvale wants to take the revenge from Season 1, where he finished 2nd behind Alex Eguia. Obviously, Alex is still not racing. He has commentated a couple of races here at the Formula 1 series, but today he is not here with us. Joan Solvale, maybe he is also thinking about the championship, because the gap between Ziz and Ovale is only 38 points. It looks big, but it's not that big actually. 38 points, and if Ziz has a problem with the pace that Ovale has here, it might go down to 13 points. Who knows? It's going to be very interesting. As for
You mind if I
final,
s- Sorry, yeah, I tend to interrupt people, but you mind if I say something real quick?
no, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so about Hockenheim, it's a pretty good track. It suits me a lot. I will say that. It suits my driving style. It just suits me really well cuz I like to go in deep in some corners. And Hockenheim's always been one of my tracks that I've been really good at over the past few years, especially with the old F1 games. But I'm kind of sad it's not on the real life F1 calendar anymore. That makes me very sad. The racing was always good. It was always very fun to watch. But now that I actually get to drive it in the last year's Mercedes F1 car, even though it is on iRacing, it is still pretty exciting. I don't know if I can win, but I think I do have the pace to keep up.
Hey,
That's all I
Okay.
wanted to say.
Well, we should be all good to go there with the pitches now live. Thank you very much for bearing in there. We are underway with qualifying. We have 13 minutes of that qualifying session to go. Somebody's off into the fence there in the background. And still yet to see a time set. Actually, the times have been set, so let's have a look at that.
The times have been set.
Yeah, they
for
have. There it
people.
is.
I don't know how to pronounce Yanto of Valde. Yeah, sorry for my mispronunciation of names and stuff. But yeah, he's took pole so far right now with a 109.7. Liam Kerr is second with a 109.9. Paulo Alexandre Lopez, 110.1, sitting in third place right now. Victor Balea in fourth with a 110.1, and then, of course, myself in fifth with a 110.7. That rounds out your top five so far. But of course, we still got to go out for our other runs to do some qualifying. And Benjamin's back in. Benjamin's just went third fastest.
yep. Talking about him, Benjamin looks like he solved his issues. He's in third place, but not anymore because Paulo Lopez got in third place. And now we're watching the Aussie, Liam Kerr. Well, not anymore. We switched up to Benjamin Ziz. But anyways, Liam Kerr is such a fun driver to watch because he doesn't think twice before making the move. If he sees the gap, he goes for it. And this is what made him win in Suzuka last week. He might go again here at Hockenheim. He has a good chance, but Joao Savale looks very motivated to win here in Germany. Let's see. Liam Kerr is going now for his fast lap, going through the first corner. Very fast right-hander through there. Very easy to lose the car, but he gets it perfectly. Now another right-hander before the long line as he goes to a spin. This is not great for him.
Yeah, I was going to say. Benjamin's on an outlap right now. As you just saw, Liam goes back in the pit lane after having a little bit of a moment. Let's have a look at Benjamin, the current champion leader. Not the current champion, of course. The current champion was usually in the casting box with us, but...
To let you guys know, I'm soon to start my lap. I'm coming around the last couple of corners now.
Yeah, but so is Benjamin, my friend, so we're going to stay aboard Benjamin for a little bit here. He's about to start a lap soon. You got to wait your turn.
I need to get a gap.
Is the
Otherwise, my match will be
37 car. Troy's starting a hot lap. Benjamin, we're going to go on board with, so Ed can give us a little bit of a flying lap from Benjamin's point of view once he starts a lap soon. If you like there. I don't know if we're going to get a nose cam.
Benjamin has actually started his lap. He's now going through this hairpin. This hairpin is one of the corners that I has always gotten wrong when I was racing in Formula 1 myself. Well, not actually in Formula 1, on the Formula 1 games. Because it's so easy to lock up through there. I was always going wide. And this section is so easy to lose the car. Because if you run with no assist, as obviously these drivers are doing, it's so easy to lose the back end because the car puts all its weight on the back tires as Benjamin Ziz goes wide through here, and this much probably is his lap done. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. He goes straight back to the pit lane.
Yeah, he's abandoned it and uses those fantastic cheat codes that are available here at iRacing, where you just push a magic button and it magically makes your car reappear as Troy Banks goes into the magic button as well. And he'll be returning back into the pit lane. Yeah,
I've had a moment.
that's the cheat codes we call it, where, you just appear back in the pit lane. You don't have to drive it back. It's not a simulator, Paulo. Let's have a look. Aiden says he's had a bit of a moment. We're on board. Oh, we're going to watch you now, Aiden. So,
No, I'm out of fuel.
8 tenths.
I'm out of fuel.
Oh, well, that means you're out of the qualifying then. You can't get the car back to the start, then that's it. You're starting at the back.
No. I've used the match
That should be allowed. Sorry, that should be... Don't you agree there, Ed? I mean, come on, it's a simulator, man. You should have to drive this thing back to the pit lane, and if you get damaged during qualifying, you're out.
Exactly. That would be very interesting, but still, this is why it's a game. This is the fun of the game.
It's a simulation.
Yeah, but it's still a game. Yeah, so we're watching now Daniel Scott, who sets, I think, his first lap of qualifying. Very aggressive. Oh, there's a crash.
Yeah.
There's been a crash. I think.
I'm not sure who he tapped with, but they were on an out lap. They weren't on a flying lap. Liam is on a flying lap. Look at that. Bang. Top of the timesheets, Yozzie. Honey Badger squeezes it into the 109s. Actually, yeah, they were in the 109s, of course, but he goes a little bit faster there.
Blamker, first place. And Blamker still has a chance at the championship. We've seen him battling a lot of times with Benjamin Zies for the first place races. He has done some mistakes, but he is not out of the run for the championship. This might get very interesting with Liam Kerr in form right now. As we're now watching Joan Solvale, I was talking about him. The Colombian driver is very, very fast on this track. Let's see how will he finish his lap though. Going now through turn 12 through Sachs. 4 more corners to go up until the end of the lap. Let's see Joan Solvale with his blue and black car is now rounding up the lap. DRS open, pedal to the metal. Is he faster than Liam Kerr? He is. Yes, he is. 109.750. Joan Solvale in first place.
0.02 of a second quicker.
Benjamin Zies goes third as well. 109.9 from the German driver. Now Aiden Young, the American driver. This track one day has looked a lot like an American track because when it was first built in 1932, when the first race also occurred, the track was called the Triangle because it almost looked like a triangle. It had 5 corners. And also, another American thing that this track has, it's the drag strip that a lot of Formula 1 drivers have crashed back in 2019 on that wet race. But the American Aiden Young will now round up his lap, and he stays 6th, but he improves his lap, 110.6.
And what the drivers don't know, as well too, Ed, out there, is that we're going to throw a little bit of a spanner in the mix, and what we're going to do after lap 5, we're going to turn it into the full Nordschleife part of the track. We're going to open that up so they have to do that and come back around. Okay, but don't tell them. It's a little surprise that we're going to do. We're going to have a guy standing there with detours going, no, this way, this way. I don't know where it actually enters that part of the track anyway, does it? I can't remember.
After the long straight going down to the huge hairpin.
Okay, right there.
Turn 5.
Okay.
You go down that long curve straight, the big DRS zone. Obviously, there's a huge braking zone at the end of that straight. But yeah, after the end of that straight, that's where the track would have gone straight. I mean, get out.
Nice.
That's what we will do.
Isn't Nordschleife at another track?
No,
I think that's
this one, isn't it?
This is Hockenheimring.
Yeah, this is Hockenheim.
Oh yeah, oops.
This is not Nordschleife here.
Well, we'll just create it. There is a road that's going to go down there, so we'll just we're not quite sure it's going to be safe. Yeah.
Through the highway.
Hey, you said it's a game, right? So we can make things up as we go along. Victor Boller. Let's see what Victor can do.
You know what they call the Nordschleifer?
I think I know.
The green hell. The green hell because of the trees. You
and the green
can hardly see stuff.
Because of the barriers.
And the barriers, yeah, that too. That's always scary. You're going through there, a corner at like 200 miles an hour, and then bam, barrier.
Joan Solvale. Now he's going to finish another lap. Green first sector, green second sector. Rounds of the lap. That's 109.6. He improves. Great lap from the Colombian. That's 0.7 actually.
He doesn't live in Colombia, but right? I think we spoke to him about that before.
I don't actually remember. I think Ngo Nguyen was the guy from Vietnam. Wasn't actually living in Vietnam.
He's not living in Vietnam. I know that.
Yeah, he doesn't.
But
I'm not really sure about Juanzo though.
I think I've spoken to One Toe about that. I think he's living in Europe because I remember saying I can, just drive across the border there and come visit you because you're the closest to me. But he said he's not there. I think I remember correctly.
Yeah, he might live in Spain.
Yeah,
Not
somewhere
really
around
sure. Let's see now. Aidan Young, he goes again.
Isn't he too young to be driving a Formula 1 car? Shouldn't you be in a F3, F2?
Nah, mate, we push the limits.
Should be an Indy car. What are you doing over here? There's no American drivers on the grid.
Ah, screw
Yet.
that crap.
Yet.
I don't care if
Yet.
it's a British dominated sport. I'll be American in Formula 1.
Ah, well, you're going to have 3 US GPs soon, mate. So I'm not sure it's going to be too much British dominated anymore. They're only going to have 1 British track at the moment on the Formula 1 calendar. We'll have 3
I
next
didn't
year
approve.
for the United States. Isn't that a bit of a change, isn't it? How the UK can't. I'd like to see Brands Hatch or something like that in there as well.
I think Brands Hatch doesn't have anymore the capacity to organize a Formula 1 race. As we're seeing Liam Kerr going for a spin down at turn 15, I think that was anyways. Not a great lap from Liam Kerr. Now Hannes Schlogel goes again, but he goes yellow in the first sector. There's not a good lap either for the Austrian driver.
Actually, Watkins Glen, I think a lot of people say would be great for a Formula 1 track.
There's no sand pits.
They can always put him in. As we're looking at a statue of the late, great Jim Clark. It's dedicated to Jim Clark here at this track. Does anybody know?
Yep, because Jim Clark has actually died here.
Ah, okay. It's like the Ayrton Senna with the Imola
Yep.
I
dedication.
think Liam's got a DQ. Yeah, Liam's got a DQ.
I like
Oh.
how yeah.
Liam Kerr has been disqualified. Yep.
But he's just got his blacks cleared, so he should be able to do a couple more laps. I need to get in your car and try and improve, because it's not looking
Oh, drivers,
too
stop
good.
pulling off when I go on camera with you.
Who knows? Maybe I'm
Well,
about
every
to go
time they
out.
do that, it changes the camera to scenic. So then I gotta change the camera back. As we're
Who
looking
knows,
at
I might
Hunt's,
be-
and Hunt's gonna pull off as well too. So.
I might be about. Yeah, I'm going out of the pits now.
Oh, and somebody else is gonna pull over. All right. Can somebody put a lap in,
Benjamin
please?
Zies. Sorry, because Benjamin Zies has gone in second place. We've seen him pulling off.
No, he's pulled off.
But
yeah.
I was just
Okay.
after his fast lap, 1:09.7. That's better than Liam Kerr, who, as Aidan said, has got his black flag clear. So he's back on track. Very close, the first 3 drivers in 1/10 of a second. Roy Banks now, the other American with that all black
I
car.
was gonna say that's gonna be feeling pretty hot, mate. It's actually not. Look at that. Believe it or not,
Oh.
it's actually a very, very deep red. Can't remember
Yeah.
what you call that color now, but like very deep maroon red or something.
I think that's
Yeah.
sherry. It might be.
Yeah.
From-
I was
from-
gonna say
from
if
the
it's
foot?
completely black, it's hot, mate. I had a GTR Skyline in Australia, and you guys know how hot it is at the moment in Europe. Just multiply that by 10 degrees more, and you're in Australia,
Power's gone for a spin.
and
Power's gone for a spin.
it's hot. Okay. I'm going to keep an eye on Troy at the moment, see what he did. He's pulled off a lap there. Les Daniels there. Anybody else on a flyer? No, everybody else is on a
Daniel
hot lap.
Scott. Daniel Scott goes 8th.
Benjamin's going for a flyer right about now.
All right. So's Liam.
He just went around the final corner.
Actually, we'll go to Liam first. Liam's on a hot lap.
Green first sector. As we're seeing the gaps being this small, any improvement might mean a provisional pole position for the Aussie, because I think you are very excited for this lap.
Oh, always, mate. But, you know, it's one thing qualifying. I want this man to win races. He knows it too. He beats himself up when we hear those interviews, doesn't it? He's expecting a lot more of himself, and he's very much capable of it. We're like that as Australians, mate. We're very competitive, and I think he probably just listened to me as he
no.
backs it up into the fence.
That's qualifying done for
Yeah.
Liam Kerr, because he doesn't have time anymore to go back to the pit lane. And
That was
set
you.
another
You
lap
jinxed
after
him
now.
then. That's Ed.
Finally, we're on board with Aidan Young. Aidan, talk us through your lap.
Well, I'm already at turn 9, so or turn 10. I do not know the corners that well, even though it is one of my favorite tracks.
You're only paid $20 million a year as a Formula 1 driver, but that's okay.
Yeah. I can't commentate it because it was my final lap anyways, and I didn't improve.
No.
So
And it doesn't look
no
like
point.
anybody else behind you is going to be improving either.
I'll commentate one in the race when I get clean air. I was just so focused on qualifying. So,
Yeah, you shouldn't be talking and driving. So, Kevin out there saying top 3 within a 10th. This should be a good race. Absolutely, Kevin. How are you feeling too, Kevin? I know you felt under the weather. You finally caught COVID, I think, for the first time. Kevin, of course, they're one of our the big bosses. One of the big bosses right here at Anti-Store Racing. At home, trying to recover.
Yeah, Kevin Sam has also put a question up there in the chat. What are we seeing are the key overtaking opportunities? And I think this is the best question for Aidan because he's the actual driver and he knows best. So Aidan, where do you think are the best places to overtake on this track?
Well, turn 1 for sure. You never want to overtake there though. But down to turn 2, you can definitely do that. That's a hairpin. You can overtake there. Down the long back straight, going to where the old layout would have been, you can easily just send it up the inside and be hard on the brakes, get somebody through there. Maybe down to
Team radio.
turn 7 too.
Team
and-
radio. Sorry.
And just be aware, if the safety car does get called out, that it will collect you on the exit of the pit lane.
All right, there you go.
So, yeah,
To
as it
continue.
was-
Yep, sorry. We'll
And
cut.
so yeah, as I was saying, 3 corners for the last corner. It's like little bank corner. Yeah, you can overtake that one too. That's another good one. You just have to be very careful, otherwise you'll barge the other driver off the track, and that's not what you want to do in a race because that can easily get you a penalty and a damaged car quickly. And if you're careful enough, you can also pass in the very final corner.
There you go. So there's the qualifying results. If you'd like to go through that, Ed, please.
Yeah, Joan Sovale. We were talking about him at the start of the qualifying. We are talking about him again because Joan Sovale is in the pole position. Benjamin Ziz will start alongside him in 2nd place. Liam Kerr rounds out the top 3 from Australia. He will surely be thinking about that race win. Victor Bolea in 4th place. Paulo Lopez will start 5th. And surely he thinks about a podium again because he has been on the podium in the last 2 races. Hannes Schlogel will start 6th with Aidan Young starting 7th. Daniel Scott 8th. And in the last place is going to be Troy Banks. We also have George Hill on the results, but he will be driving the safety car today. Anyways, Joan Sovale, Benjamin Ziz, and Liam Kerr. Biggles, I can't pick a winner from these 3. Who do you think is going to come out victorious
Liam.
after these laps?
Liam.
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty biased choice.
I'm allowed to.
But we'll see.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
And our stewards, of course, it will be George this evening. So George's got to keep an eye out in the sky there, making sure that the boys behave themselves. And he's also going to be maybe driving that safety car, the beautiful Anti-Store Racing safety car, if required. But, there's one car at the moment, mate, so he's got to be going into the first corner ahead of everybody to be comfortable. Team radio.
You know what's interesting to me? Hannes is starting on medium compound tires, and everybody else I think is on the softs.
Oh, good question. I think I'll show you the tyre, actually, that everybody's on. Tyre compound, I can show you that. There you go.
Now,
Your
what's
strategy.
good?
Also, you are starting on mediums, I know.
No, I am not. I'm
Yes, you
starting
are.
on soft compound.
Oh, it's one of those. Here we go. Race start.
Anyways,
Okay, mate,
the lights are out. Let's see. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights ahead of the drivers. Very short there, and away we go. That's a very good start from Joan Sovale. A pretty bad one from Benjamin Ziz. Liam Kerr pulls alongside him. No, he doesn't. He stays behind. No changes there in third one. Liam Kerr goes a little bit wide. No incidents. This is what we love to see. But Benjamin Ziz is putting up the pressure. We're seeing a cone there flying in the background as Liam Kerr is getting attacked by Victor Bolea. He has to defend the position rather than attack the position of Benjamin Ziz. Benjamin Ziz talking about him. He's on the attacking front. He will surely be thinking about a first place. He's gaining. And on turn 6, he will be thinking about housing. He pulls alongside there on the outside. But Joan Sovale will have the advantage. Maybe yes, maybe not. They are still going side by side after turn 6. But Joan Sovale just gets the edge.
Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Look at this. As they're going to get side by side, tooth and nail. They're resuming those positions once again. Troy Banks gained 2 positions so far to be up in the P7. But there it is, line astern. Liam still in P3 after getting attacked there early by Victor. But I think right now the biggest attack is Oneko and Ben. So that Ben's hunting him down, and well, Oneko knows that Ben's leading the championship, but don't give it up at all costs. You're racing drivers, you want to fight tooth and nail.
Obviously, there's different Sorry, Aidan, there's a different feeling from Benjamin because he's driving at his home track. He wants that win. He wants this win because he's in front of his fans. Sorry, Aidan.
I was almost barged off the track by crap. The car that's now in last place. I forgot his name. So
Daniel Scott.
forgive me for that.
Anyways, now Liam Kerr. He's very close to Benjamin Zies, and we know they've had a lot of fights this season. And Liam Kerr has gone for that move very aggressively every single time. Will he go again on the inside to turn 6? Yes, he does! Oh.
No, he set a dummy up there just to try to throw him off. He even dummied you, mate. But you got to give it a shot, don't you? I like it.
Oh, this is so close, Biggles. 4 drivers in 1 second. Well, not really 1 second, but the gap is not bigger than 1 second between every single driver to Hannes Schlegel.
That means everybody's going to get that DRS, don't they, as we next come around.
Oh,
Yeah.
Troy is going for a spin.
Oh, he has. Let's have a look at the replay of that one.
Straight to the pit lane. So that has been a pretty big crash for Troy. I think the
Here it is, here.
temperature has got him.
Has he gone really wide there? Comes back on the track. But he's okay at this point. Does he go off again with the colder tyres? Something happened here. Looks like a spin there. He's lost the rear end. He has. Yeah, all by himself. So
Yeah.
back to the live.
Liam Kerr has overtook Benjamin Zies. Liam Kerr is up in second place now. And by the looks of it, he overtook in
Yeah.
the first corner.
Well, let's have a look at the
Where
replay
we
of that
said
one
it's
then.
pretty much impossible. Let's see. No, so it was on turn 1.
Oh, yeah, because
Oh,
yeah,
go
he
wide.
went really wide. That's it. That's Benjamin going really wide, and that's allowing Liam through any day of the week. And it also looked like Victor might have had a little bit of an opportunity there, but looks like Benjamin has held off Victor.
I think that was a slowdown. I think that was a slowdown for Benjamin because he has been very slow going there after turn 1. He lost a lot of seconds. Now Victor Bollet is putting the pressure up, but Benjamin Zies hasn't given up the fight to Liam.
We do have race control in here, so maybe if we get a second, if it's not busy, of course, George can probably let us know if there was a slowdown on that or not. If
There's
something
been an incident.
race control.
There's been an incident noted between me and the car number 31.
Yeah, okay.
If there was a slowdown, hit the sausage curve on the inside.
Okay, if you guys just heard that, I know you're really low on the audio there, but just to repeat that, he says you don't believe it was a slowdown. You hit the sausage curve on the inside. Thank you very much. And I'm sure you'll be
Yeah.
investigating that incident. I haven't seen any penalty information come up there on the screen just yet, so no doubt you'll be looking at that one. Mr. Michael Massey, George.
Yeah, you can't get damage. These sausage curves are so bad for your car and also for the driver. Anyways, Liam Kerr is gaining a lot of on Joanso Vale, and maybe that revenge for Joanso after season 1 is not going to happen because he has 3 drivers that are incredibly quick behind him.
Yeah, it's a crucial part of the racing stage too, because you want to try to break the DRS, and at the moment it looks like one car can't. And Liam knows he's got to put it on too, because he's got to put the pressure on, because he's got Benjamin and Victor all there within the DRS, and then you've got a 1.7 second gap back to the Portuguese driver. So we have seen some little moments off track excursions already, and I'm sure these drivers are aware of it. So whatever position you're in now, it can easily be dropped. I was going to say dropped like a Netflix share. There it is. Dropping like a Netflix user database these days.
Yeah, Liam Kerr, fastest lap of the race, and he's gaining because you have 3 DRS zones, well only 2 DRS zones up until turn 6, and now Liam Kerr has gained a lot on the start-finish straight, and now with the DRS he will surely think about an overtake. Let's see how much will he be able to gain through here. And pedal to the metal. Will he looking on his side? We know Liam Kerr how he does the moves. He goes for the dive bomb. There is a little bit of contact. No, there's not. Joanso Vale needs to go wide and he keeps the place. Liam Kerr has to settle for second for now. But he's still going. Liam Kerr goes on the outside there in turn 8 through Curva Mercedes, and that's it.
Gotta
He's
make it
dropped
stick.
down for Liam Kerr very close there for a contact. As Liam Kerr goes wide and he comes back. Joanso Vale comes back and they touched.
Yeah,
Wheel
that's-
banging.
Yeah.
Still side by side.
That's getting a little elbows out too much there, guys. There's a lot of space. It's kicking in. They're race drivers, of course. But it's still good to
Oh.
see. Trying to take the opportunity, but one car came back immediately. That's the thing when you go completely off the racing line. You then suffer the consequences on the exit speed. And now Benjamin's sizing up a bit of the Aussie. And if he doesn't, I'll tell you what, Victor and says, I'll give it a shot.
He goes wide, and Benjamin will surely be thinking about the move. He moves on the outside.
Oh, contact.
And there's contact. Victor Bolea has stabbed Benjamin from behind. But now Benjamin will have the ideal trajectory through these corners. And now he will have DRS. A great chance for the German driver in front of the home crowd. He's on the left. He will have the outside on turn 6.
Oh.
And Lime goes for that, but they crashed.
Oh, double contact
there's
as
another
well.
crash.
Oh, I feel sorry for George Hill at the moment. He's going to have to be sitting there. Team radio, well, that's actually from a driver, so I don't think we want to be repeating what they're saying. There could be a whole bunch of in that one.
Oh. Lime Kerr surely got very angry. But now it's the battle. It's the battle for the championship. Kerr versus these two are really in the mix for the championship. There was also Joan Salvale, but now he's going downhill because I think he has some damage, or even if he doesn't, he has been set off the pace because of this incident as Lime Kerr goes a little bit wide. As George Hill said in the chat, this is too much to watch.
That's allowed me to catch up to Hannes.
That's true. It has.
Another
There's
position
another
lock.
run here. This could be something. Go ahead.
Sorry, Biggles, another position lost by Ovale. He's now down in 6th place, down in 7th place.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
there's
the
a battle
right
between him and Aidan.
Yep. Good call. But I have to go back to the lead again because it looks like another run. Sorry, guys.
Benjamin
Time your
on the
overtakes. We'll catch up. We got replays. Don't worry.
Benjamin on the inside, he's got a place. He's got the first place. Benjamin is in the lead of the race, but Lime Kerr will have a shot there in turn 8 in the Mercedes section. No, he doesn't. He stays behind because there are more opportunities. If he just sticks there in the 1 second margin, he will have DRS the next lap. On board with Benjamin Cease. Yeah, he's close. Lime Kerr is very close. He will have DRS the next lap.
Just a heads up, what you said about Yano having damage. He does have damage. He has front right wing damage.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. So after I think what happened to Joan saw was the crash with Paulo Lopez that caused him damage.
You want to go back to that replay and have a look at that, actually? Let's have at that replay a little bit.
Has a 5-second penalty.
Let's see. This was the accident earlier that kind of caused it. This is one car up the road here when he was leading the race. There's the battle behind, and that was Liam Kerr and Benjamin. Now, somebody goes a little bit deep on the brakes here, and there's the contact, right? Yeah. That was Liam. Liam went a little bit deep on the brakes there. I think he probably even said a little bit of an apology note. It happens. And that spun one car around.
Don't close the door. Never mind.
Is there a 5-second time penalty for Lime Kerr?
I'm not getting any messages coming up at the moment, but our race control can tell us. George?
There is a 5-second time penalty for Liam Kerr and a 5-second time penalty for Quankso and Barley. Liam Kerr's penalty is for causing a collision. Quankso's is for a unsafe rejoin.
There you have it. If you can hear that, guys, I know your microphone's a little bit low. I'll have to boost you up there. You could say that actually in the game if you want, mate, as well.
Wait, was Yonto's for rejoining in the track right in front of me, or?
No, I think that's for the crash with Paulo Lopez because after he has been in a spin with Liam.
Oh, sorry. I might have switched
He
away.
has joined the track. Anyways, Lime Kerr surely he's thinking about the win still. He has his opponent right from him.
Liam is 5/10 behind Benjamin.
Oh, he goes for the inside and he gets the place. Lime Kerr is back in the lead of the German Grand Prix. This is incredible.
Yep, he wants it back, the Australian driver. We don't know about the damage situation between them, but we do know that there's action. Further up, let's have a look at the action that's occurring here between Aiden and Mr. Hans Schrugel.
I've got past him.
Just get the overtake done. Congratulations. It's got to keep at it, my friend. More overtaking. Only got another 4 cars up the road to get it done. Go back to that battle.
I'm making sure to manage my battery so I don't run out, because main thing is around this track, tire wear and battery, as well as DRS and draft, you need those things to stay up with the pack.
Well, all you need to do, mate, is like, for your cell phone runs out of battery, you buy one of those battery pluggers that you can plug it in and charge your cell phone when you have it. Just grab one of them. Throw that in the car. Nobody will know. We don't
You
screw.
can buy also. You can also buy some batteries from the grocery store and just put in the car.
Exactly. You can pull if you pull into the pit lane. I believe that there is a battery stand. Here's another run for the lead of this race. Benjamin on the inside. On the outside's Liam. Can they do the switch back? Can Liam do the switch back? That's the classic, isn't it? The hairpin. But this time around, he couldn't get ahead. Benjamin back in the lead of the race.
So I think this is the moment where you surely have to think about a different strategy, as Liam Kerr was looking there on the inside. This is the moment when you have to think about a different strategy. Oh, Liam is out!
Yeah, Liam said a crash. That was behind him as the camera switched over. What happened here? It's the beauty of
No
replays.
way, he was getting so close there to his second win of the season, and now he has to go straight back to the pit lane. Was there a spin?
Was it a lockup here?
Liam is disconnected.
Yeah, it's a lockup, and he's almost taken out Benjamin, but I think he's just turned off last
Connection
minute.
issue. That might be something caused by the internet.
Oh, yeah, from the Australian driver? You mean Liam?
Yes.
Yeah, that's happened before, of course, because you know the Australian internet has a lot of latency, unfortunately, so it does cause an issue. Nothing he can do about it, unless he wants to move out of Australia. That's about it.
Oh, this is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
So unfortunate for
That's why I'm not there, mate. Unfortunately, because Australia's just, it's the latency is
puts me
just a bit of a
P4.
pain. It does at the moment. Aiden is but you're still trying to hold off the Austrian driver that's getting DRS on you. It's very unfortunate. Liam, give us a chat.
We've had a four-way battle for this win. And now, after only 11 laps, Benjamin Ziz looks like he's running with a win.
This
Yep,
is where
very
tire wear
confusing.
comes into play, especially for the soft compound tires. One thing I noticed about running this track and running 33 laps is the soft compound tires. This is where their tire wear comes into play. They will start to go off at about lap 13 or 14. So between lap 15 and 16, you probably want to pit.
So there you have it. I'll put up the tyre wear at the moment, but it's not really that accurate, is it? Because it is showing you on mediums there, Aiden. But you said
I
you're
am
on
not on
softs. Oh,
mediums.
you're on softs in the
I am on
picture.
softs.
Okay, it says mediums on the graphic there, guys, but as you can see, the red stripe. But I tell you what, the driver behind you is on those medium tyres, so he's going to go a lot deeper into this race. And speaking of which, Daniel's gone into the pit lane. Daniel Scott. And he'll be switching his tyres over from into the mediums, no doubt, because he started on those soft tyres. He goes up, and Jack
This
says,
is a lockup.
and I'll try to do the sound effects.
That was
Maybe Ed
close
can do the sound
to-
effects for the pit stops.
Or the sound effects for the pit stops.
Yeah. The tyre guns. All right.
I'm not the best at that.
So, Ed, you should be seeing what I'm seeing on the screen, my friend, for the data.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the live timing. So basically, my live timing has just completely decided to.
I thought you weren't. Are you using the SDK? Just to confirm?
Yes.
All right. You got to
Yes.
add a 2 to the end of it. And make sure you're on copy commentator, please, or copy broad, something like that, because I think it might have been affecting it before. So,
Yeah,
same name, but just add
another
a 2 to the end of it. Yep. All right. That's the closest battle between Aiden right now and Hans. Currently running in P4. We're on lap 13 of 33, so all the
He gets
threes
better
on there.
traction.
And we are 20 laps to go here. Some of the pit stops have occurred.
He's got the better traction. This mediums, they're just longer lasting than the softs.
So Francois Valle has been through the pit lane. There is a 24 seconds gap between him and Benjamin. I think there's still a chance for Francois to be in this battle if he gets good laps with those mediums. But there's a big if he will manage to get with his tires till the end of the race. Because he has put in lap 7, this will mean 26 laps on the medium tires. Hayden, I think you are the expert here. Are the medium tires good for 26 laps? Can you go that much with them?
Let's see. Medium compound tires, you can only go about 20 laps, and then they should be starting to die right about 22 laps? Something like that, yeah. Because, yeah, that's, yeah, I got nothing left. That's how it is for the mediums.
Yep.
You can
I
go
see.
like 20 to 22 laps, and then that's when they start to die. But they are still way longer lasting than the softs.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like the
But
fact
if
that you have your.
Yanto, but if he can save his tires for a little bit, he should be able to push them through to the end.
We've got the camera facing you at the moment. They're looking at your helmet as you're speaking to us about that. So I like to see Aiden Young there, number 67 on the steering wheel there. Well, this is the usual stages of the race where it gets a little quiet before all the
Yes,
pit
it
stop
does.
shenanigans that occurs, just like the real F1. Although the virtual F1 is generally to be always more entertaining than the real F1. Unless,
know
of
what my
course,
gap is to
Silverstone.
honest.
Silverstone was very entertaining.
Yep, in real life, yes.
Yeah, that's
it
probably the
is.
best race I've seen in a
But-
long time, Formula One.
With these new cars, I think the racing has improved.
Yeah, when
the
they
new-
don't catch on fire or split in half.
Yeah, but the new regulations, I think
Yeah.
they changed a little bit the way the races look, because last season it was, and last year, throughout the years since 2014, the races haven't been that great. But this year, I can't name one race that I say, okay, it has been extremely boring.
Monaco.
Yeah, but Monaco is always boring.
Exactly.
That's not anything about it. It's the track is the problem.
Yeah, you can't
But
do it.
still, it wasn't that boring actually, because it was a four-way battle for the win. You didn't knew who was going to win. Sergio Perez was under attack from Carlos, from Max, Charles, and it started on wet. It wasn't such a bad race.
Yeah,
Say we
they
go for a
need
commentary lap.
they need pop-up sprinklers on that track, mate, just to randomly to come up there and try to spice that race up a little bit more. But yeah, but then again, you can have 4 cars tucked up the whole race, mate. It's just almost impossible to overtake. That's the problem.
What do you
Yep.
say we go for a commentary lap next lap?
Sure, there's not much else happening on the track at the moment, so we'll do that. You let me know. I'll go on board with you. We are been on board with you actually. You're gonna have the DRS. You just let us know. You can start now if you like.
I'll start next lap, so that way I get an actual lap instead of half lap. Makes more sense to do that.
Well, there's nothing else for us to really look at, so yeah, whatever you want.
This is actually the only battle that is happening on track. Hannes Logel and you, Aiden. There are 2 seconds gap between every single driver, 2 or more seconds actually. So not much happening. Joan Sovale, he has speeded. He's on fresh medium tires, but he's still slower than Benjamin Zies. So what I was projecting before about that 26 laps and that recovery drive from Joan is not going to happen, because he is not as fast as I was expecting.
Victor's
As
gone in.
Victor Bola is going now in the pit lane, he's doing the undercut on Benjamin Zies. The gap
we go
was
for a
2
lap.
seconds.
Yep.
Okay, down to turn 1. This is a very fast lap, so DRS down the front straightaway, full throttle through turn 1. Now down to turn 2. It's a hard little braking zone. Brake about the 50-meter board or before. Shift down to 3rd gear. Make sure you get on the power a little bit early. Don't just slam the throttle. Make sure you pick it up easy through turn 4, the little kink. Now down the long back straightaway. Huge DRS zone. Down to the big hairpin of turn 5. Make sure you maximize exit. Hard on the brake. Shift down to 1st gear or 2nd gear. Hard on the gas again. Shift up to 3rd, 4th, then 5th, and 6th, and then so on and so forth. Now through turn 6s, through turn 6 and 7. 3rd gear through there. Shift up to 4th. Through turns 8 and 9. Now down to turn 10. You could go through 4th throttle through here. Now down to turn 11. Through turn 11.
Ooh.
Just so
Out.
commentary know, the leader has to.
Yeah, the
12.
leader's had a spin. 1 second, guys.
13.
1 second. I'm going to go back to a
14
replay of this. What has happened to Paulo Lopez?
Oh, Benjamin Zies had a
Benjamin
spin.
Zies had the spin. Let's have a look.
The world champion from season 2 and the leader of the race. Let's see. That is turn 13, 12. This is turn 12. Then
Yeah,
turn.
ooh.
Ooh.
little bit too loud on the loud pedal, exactly. So Paul Lopez now takes the lead of this race. Benjamin's now dropped all the way down, and it says he's even out, but I'm not quite sure. Hopefully not.
Yeah. There was damage. Because he had a 10 seconds pit stop. So he was stationary for 10 seconds. This puts him behind Joan Solvale. This means effectively Joan Solvale is in the lead. No, that means actually Victor Bollet is in the lead of the race, with Joanson in second, and Benjamin Ziz is only down in third place virtually. So the race is interesting again.
Yes, it is. And I was just checking out those pit stops before because Victor Bollet got out ahead there of Wanko, who had already boxed, and there's those drivers that have already taken those mandatory pit stops. So you look at those gaps now. Gap to leader from Victor Bollet is 15 seconds. What are we looking at for a pit stop time around here, guys?
2.3.
Overall.
For when you're actually getting new tires.
Yeah.
Overall, probably about 18, 20 seconds.
You're in the pit lane right now. Let's have a look. So Victor Bollet should be able to get past you. Easy. There he's coming down there now. As you're exiting the pit lane. And what about P6 here? That's going to be the key too, isn't it? And that will be Mr. Benjamin.
Okay, I'm out of pit lane.
Yeah, Benjamin's going to pass you.
It's ahead, Benjamin is ahead.
Oh.
But if we are now looking at a gap, at the gaps, the gap between Benjamin and Joanso is 6 seconds. So that is pretty huge. Victor Bolea is 3 seconds away from Joanso. This means he's 9 seconds away from Benjamin. Well, the gaps got very big, very quick. There at the front, and now Victor Bollet is in somehow a pole position to win this race.
Yeah, I'd say he's provisionally leading this race for sure because you can see there's only about 14 seconds away from Paulo Lopez, who still has the box.
Yeah, but Paulo, if he stays on the soft tires even longer, he will have the advantage towards the end of the race. But the question is how much he can stay on these soft compound tires.
Yeah, 13 laps to go. So Hans is in. And that means Victor Bollet will take that position. Will Wanko steal this one away from Hans? Is it too far back? I'm not sure. He's coming around the final corner now.
I might have made a mistake. I think I put on used mediums.
Let's have a look at the pit lane exit there. And did the car get out ahead? No.
Hans is ahead of Benjamin.
Yep. So he got the job done. Somebody's coming out of the pit lane right now. That's Hans. Yep.
He's
behind.
Benjamin got the place back.
Yep.
He lost it because of the cold tires, Hans. But now there's one interesting thing to see at Hans Schlogel. He's on the soft compound tires, and with 13 laps to go, this is the perfect amount of laps that these tires are supposed to go. So Hans Schlogel is in the cards to finish on a podium place.
And he's got the DRS advantage as well too. So he's not out of that he's in that DRS, so he's going to have a huge amount of speed advantage there on Benjamin. And I think at the moment they're looking actually pretty good because I think by the time Paulo Lopez comes in and out, that's going to be right around where these guys are. So Paulo Lopez has to be thinking about clearing some air here. He does not want to get caught either behind these guys or even between these guys when he makes his pit stop coming up soon, no doubt. 12 laps to go.
I think he's going to be somewhere. I think he's going to get out behind Hans because the gap is pretty small there. But another thing that you should keep in mind is that Paulo Lopez is actually faster than Joan Solvale, the driver that is now in third place.
There's your overall. The pit stop time's not very accurate, unfortunately. It should be the pit lane time we need to look at, which is that. So you're looking at 23s, right on the money there. Benjamin's a little bit longer, of course, because he had damage. So you want to get a 22, really. 22.5. That's Wanko's quick pit stop time. That's the reason why he did manage to get past a few of those drivers taking one of the first pit stops he did. So now, Paulo Lopez, if you do the math on that one, he's got to find a way to clear this guy. So maybe just taking this as long as he possibly can.
He's on the pit lane.
He's in, so let's have a look. We're going to keep an eye on Benjamin here, as well as Mr. Paulo Lopez there. So keep an eye on that track map that's up there. See the one dot that's in the pit lane? You're going to have Victor Bollet go past for sure. Wanko should be going past, no problems. But this is the key right now, where Benjamin is. And you can see he'll be exiting the pit lane now.
Joanso just gets, but Paulo will get out of the pit lane in third place.
Yep.
He's in third place and he's on fresh medium tires. He has tires that are 14 laps newer than Joanso's tires. So this means he has a good shot at the second place. I'm not really sure about the win, but the second place is on cards right now.
Absolutely. So
And
that was
this
a
might-
good pit stop time, I believe, as well, too, that he got. So there's a nice in and out, 22.5, I think it was. Yeah, so that...
Yeah, very
helped.
quick, very quick.
Yeah, a 23 would have cost him probably that place. So good job to the team at Iridium Motorsports for getting him in and out as quickly as possible. Remember too, guys, you have to still spot your box point perfectly to shave a little bit of an advantage there.
You know what lap times they're running.
Yeah, currently at the moment everybody's doing about 112s, late
I just
111s
said a
and 112s.
112.5 last lap.
Benjamin now putting a bit of pressure on Polo. Polo has the
So-
fresher tires, as you mentioned there, Ed.
This is just what I wanted to say. This is going to help also Benjamin Ziz, because now Benjamin will have DRS and he will have a good shot to get in the mix for that second place. Because before Paulo's pit, the gap between Benjamin and Joanso was 3 seconds. Now he has a gap of 2.2 seconds and also has DRS from Paulo. This is a very interesting situation that Ben is in.
This is what you want. He's got to come down towards the last couple of
And
laps.
he might go for it. He might go for the third place. Let's see. He has DRS. He has the speed advantage. He has the inside. And now he has the third place. But Paulo sticks his car there. Benjamin gives him the space. And Paulo Lopez gets back the place. But they are still going side by side there to turn 7. He's on the inside, Paulo Lopez. And he will maintain that third place. But they are going so close through here. Inside now, through turn 10 for Benjamin. And this is it. The champion from Season 2 is back on the podium places.
That's right. I forgot he was season 2 champion because we're in Season 3. That's right. And look at that. It's also going to bring Hans into play. So that's the battle currently for P3.
Oh, there's a spin. There's a spin for Paulo Lopez. He has lost the backhand going out of turn 13. Exactly where Benjamin has spun about 5 laps ago. Now Paulo has done the same mistake.
Let's have the replay of what
This
happened
helps me
here.
a lot.
There it is. Just snapped it, didn't he? Goes around. Keeps it out of the fence, but that's a place dropped. And yeah, probably a little bit of pressure there from Aiden more than anything now. 9 laps to go.
What's the gap to Hannes for me?
3.4
4.
seconds. But Hans is on fresh softs as far
Did he
as I'm concerned.
Did he back off because of that? Because he was within 1 second range, and now he's
Might.
2.6 behind Benjamin. He should be about just around 1. So he might
Surely
have
he's
lifted
had to
off.
avoid.
Yeah, I'd say he lifted
had-
off to avoid that.
Yeah, he's had to avoid the red spinning car. We've had a red spinning car in the real life Formula 1. Even here, sadly, for the German fans. Well, it wasn't real spin, it was changed the wheels. But yeah, heartbreak for the German fans in 2018 actually. Heartbreak for them in 2022. Because Benjamin Ziz has done that spin while he was leading the race.
And Benjamin now 1.8 down the road there from Wanko. You can see him. But is it enough
Sure.
time? 1.7. Is it enough
Sure.
time? 8 laps to go.
Surely
I
he's
don't know
going
if I
to
have time
get
to catch Hannes.
He's going to catch Joanso because there are 8 laps to go and Benjamin has 10 laps newer tires. Also you, Aiden, you are slower. The Hans 2/10 last lap, but it's still that 4th place is up for grabs. Very interesting end of the race here.
For me to catch Hannes, I need him to make a mistake or he needs to have like a snap of oversteer or something. That's my only chance.
Mm-hmm. You got to be in it to win it.
Because he's on softs and I'm on mediums. Big tire difference there.
Look at Benjamin shaving his time in the sectors at the moment there, Ed. And you can see.
And Schlogel is also winning a lot of time.
Yep. So right now, Wanko, I call him Wanko. You call him by his correct name. He's got to be just trying to hold off the the previous champion and the current driver's standings leader for 7 more laps. And Hannes putting the fastest lap just there. So he's thinking about something. We've seen drivers make a little bit of mistakes here this evening, haven't we? A little bit of a snap, a little bit of a too loud on the loud pedal, go for a bit of a spin. So nobody is immune to mistakes here this evening.
My guess is correct. The fastest lap is probably like a 1:11.9.
1:11.6 actually for Hannes Schlogger. Last lap, Hans has been the fastest car on the track.
Look at Benjamin. He
And
might
the
be in the
driver-
DRS about now. So that DRS is going to give you the only opportunity, I have to say, at this late on the race to do anything about an overtake. And Hans is going to be gaining 3 seconds. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, even putting those fastest laps in to catch the back of Benjamin, who now might very well be looking to overtake Wanko.
I think Hans surely has done a mistake because he has lost 6 tenths in the last lap. Something happened to the Austrian driver.
Probably pushed it a little bit too much if you're putting in fastest laps, but he will get that fastest lap point.
Oh, he lost a lot of time. He wins in sector 3, but still that's not a great lap. Anyways, Benjamin Ziz. This is his moment. Benjamin Ziz will have DRS and slipstream on this long straight line, and Johansson goes to the right in order to defend, in order to have that inside line, but Benjamin has the speed advantage. Let's see, does Johansson has anything to defend? No, he doesn't, because the tires are too old, but Benjamin goes wide a little bit, not that much, and this has been it. Second place for the German driver at his home race. We can hear the German fans cheering there for Benjamin, but the gap between him and Victor is too big.
Yeah, we haven't heard a German national anthem on the steps in some time, on the podium. You used to hear that a lot, obviously, didn't you, back in the Michael Schumacher days, or the Sebastian Vettel. So let's see if we can hear it again here, but we're obviously definitely going to be hearing a Spanish national anthem, and we heard that a few times there around with Fernando Alonso and, of course, Carlos Sainz recently.
I would like to hear the U.S. national anthem.
Yeah, I would no doubt in the future that most likely would be somebody from the States driving in Formula 1 next season. We'll see. Especially when you've got 3 GPs in that part of the world.
What's his name? Logan Sargent?
Yeah, there's 3 drivers being trialing out, I think, soon in the mandatory requirement that Formula 1's doing for the practice sessions, where they have to have essentially a rookie tryout in the practice sessions.
I think that's Colton Herta.
Colton will be definitely. There's another 2 drivers. I can't remember who they are. You guys probably might know that out there.
Pato Ward. I think he might be, because he's a McLaren driver right now in IndyCar.
I like that. I've actually said, I think in a practice session, say practice 1 or something in a weekend, in a regular weekend, I say it should be all rookie drivers for that trying out, like F2 drivers or whatever, anybody that tries it out. I think that would be quite fun. And then you do your free practice 2 and free practice 3 would be your regular drivers.
Yeah, but we've seen, even in the back, on the back of my mind, I think it's with Force India 2018 or 2019. So someone crashed Perez's car, and he had a disadvantage the whole weekend, because he's had no laps in the first practice because of the rookie, and then his car was crashed, so he had no laps.
It's difficult, isn't it? You would have to allow an extra car, I'd say, for that scenario, but with the budget caps that they're trying to cut back on, that means that's not going to happen, is it? Of allowing another car.
Sadly.
So, yeah. You're right, but that would just be risking it too much for somebody damaging a car.
I think Palos had a spin or something, or a mistake, because he was like right behind me, but I do not see his red car.
I got a replay of that one. Let's have a look. That's the Portuguese driver. Now, he's there. There it is.
Again. Here again. Turn 13 again. Yep. Very sad for the Portuguese driver. But I think he has just lost concentration. After 2 podiums, he was looking like one of the most informed drivers. Now, he's only down in 6th place while he was battling for the 3rd consecutive podium. Anyways, Victor Bolea has gone under the radar this entire race, but he is still leading, and he's not losing that much to Benjamin. Anyways,
do you think he has a smile on his helmet there right now? He lift his visor up there and see his concentration of his eyes there.
I'm sure. I'm sure that behind his screen, he's absolutely smiling.
I would too.
He's laughing.
Yeah, look at the gap positions that he's gained here. So started in P4, about to win this race, I'd say pretty easily, as long as he could just bring it home there. He's doing, what, 1 minute 12s He's not the quickest, but he doesn't need to be the quickest. He's got a 3-second gap.
About what you were saying for the rookie F1 drivers, I think they're going to bring Alex Palou in from IndyCar.
Yeah, they are. There's a couple, I believe, from the IndyCar they'll be trying out. I don't know who, but I think it's definitely 3. 3 US drivers that'll be trying it out. Maybe not all soon. I can't remember which track.
Herder has already done his.
Okay.
He did his at Portimao.
3 laps to go. Yeah. Well, you know, it's a big push, of course, with 3 US tracks, obviously, and a huge increase of popularity in the United States. Everybody's calling for a US driver to be in Formula One. I think it's just a matter of peer pressure at that point, isn't it? From the teams and the media and Formula One Association to have a US driver.
Jano's had a wreck. Jano's had a wreck. He almost collected me as well.
Oh,
Let's have a look.
so again, turn
Yes.
13.
Just what is it? Just too much of a snap? It's just it's a throttle thing at that point, isn't it?
And
That's what I
Benjamin is
said.
getting
You
closer.
have to be very careful with the throttle at this track, especially with its tire wear. The tire wear, it tends to burn through tires very, very quickly. And once those tires are gone and there's nothing left but the carcass, you've got to be very gentle with the throttle.
All right, gingerly at the throttle. Take care of that car. Nurse it. Sing it nursery rhymes if you have to. Buy it ice
Actually,
cream.
what
Buy
Jano
it dinner.
wants to do right
I said it the other day. Take it to a nice restaurant if you have to. Just make sure you do whatever you can. Oh,
That's a mistake.
Victor, like a oh yeah, Victor, mate. I tell you, buy that car flowers if you need to, mate. Because now Benjamin's charging down right now. Have we spoken
This
too
is
soon?
incredible. This is incredible. We've seen this back in Canada when these two collided. We remember
Oh, no.
Victor Bola has finished without the front wing, and Victor Bola has braked because he wants that DRS in order to get a place back. This is super smart from the Spanish driver. Let's see if it's going to work out. Surely he will get a first place back because he has the DRS. He has a slipstream. He moves to the right. He will have the inside, and that's Victor Bola re-getting that first place. They are going so close. But he's back in the front of the race, in the front of the pack.
Yeah, we're on the penultimate lap right now. Look, no DRS with that blinking light of death on the back
We're on the
there.
outside! Incredible scenes. We've seen, I was talking about Canada. If you remember, Biggers, if you remember the people that are watching, these two has collided in the last lap, in the last corner. Victor has won there the first race without a front wing. Now, they are head-to-head again. And this time, both of them have bottled the win. One of them, though.
No. Victor's got to be
Will come
gut-wrenched, doesn't it? He's just going to be... I hope you weren't listening to us, Victor, as I said about that towards the end, because you've been doing it, and so all we had to do was just hold off for 3-something second gap. But one little mistake at this level on the last lap, especially when you have this man charging you down, you got to hold it on right now. I would say just snap those mirrors off the car. Don't even think that there's a car behind you right now, Victor. This is the last lap.
He's getting closer. We can see Victor going from left to right. He's weaving on the track in order to break the slipstream from Benjamin. Benjamin moves to the left. He has the outside. Will he manage to get out, overtake on the outside? No, but they crashed. They crashed. There's a crash. And Benjamin knows that he has been at fault, and he waits for Victor to put his car back. And is this spell done or not? These two, every time they have gone head to head, they have collided.
Had another crash.
And Biggles, now Hans Schlogel is very close to these two. Hans, out of nowhere, he's spelling for the win. And remember, he has fresh softs, but easy time running out for the Austrian driver.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's absolutely great sportsmanship, doesn't it? He realized that, oops, my bad. He didn't go straight past. And I think Hans has to settle for that P3 anyway. I mean, if you want to seize the opportunity from Ben, but then again, Ben had to do a big slowdown there to allow Victor to do this. And guess what, mate? Who is going to cross the line?
Victor Bola, winner here in Germany. Benjamin Ziz doesn't win in front of his home fans. I'm sure he was hoping that Victor will do a mistake. He's done a mistake. Benjamin closed up. But then Benjamin has just crashed with him. Anyways, amazing battle between these two. Hans Schlogel gets a podium here after starting in 6th place. Hayden, you finished in 4th place. Great race for you too.
Yep. Thank you.
And Paulo Lopez, Fastest lap of the race.
Into that last lap.
Yeah, Polo Pacifica still that one towards the end there after that spin. Team radio.
Okay, see Victor doing donuts. Yeah, Victor is surely enjoying this one. And now, Bolea moves second in the Drivers' Championship. He overtook Joan Sovale.
In other
Yeah,
words,
they're
Henry was third
having some
driving
fun.
position.
Team
Yano
radio.
Yano had a crash on the final lap. It was actually in the hairpin of turn 5.
Yeah, he's pushing for the fastest lap. Let's have a look at that one, actually. If we can see it.
It was right behind me too.
Nah, he crossed the line. I must have missed it a little bit early. Anyway. Results are in. If you'd like to go through those crazy results for that race, mate. There, Ed.
Mind if I go through them?
Go ahead.
Okay, rounding out your race here at Hockenheim. Victor Balea is your winner. Benjamin Cease comes home in P2. Hannah Schlogo comes home in P3. Myself, I come home in P4. Paulo Alexander Lopez comes home P5. Yano Ovale comes in P6. And Daniel Scott comes in P7. And Liam Kerr, 8th. Obviously, he disconnected earlier on in the race because of crash. Same with Troy Banks. He comes home in P9. And that is your results from round 6.
Yep. What do you think about that, Ed? Guys out there, take a bit of a stretch, take a bit of a hydration break. We're going to get some of these drivers. We'll get these drivers in already, actually. So I think we can go ahead with. They're eager to go. You want to call the interviews there, please, Ed?
Well, we have with us here Benjamin Ziz. Benjamin, second place. Congratulations. It's been an amazing battle. It's been an amazing race. I still need to have a breath because I don't have air anymore after this race. Anyways, congratulations and talk us through your race and through that amazing battle that you've had towards the end of the race.
Yeah, and I also don't have any breath anymore. I need to just relax a bit, just calm down. It was a great race. It was so energizing at the end. So much adrenaline going through me trying to catch up to Victor. It was so sad that it had to end like this. That I hit him in the hairpin. It was my fault, so I obviously gave him back the position, and then I didn't bother fighting for it because it felt wrong. But before that, it was a crazy race. I was in a fight with Juancho and Liam. I was too wide with Liam, and then they hit each other. Both of them got a 5-second penalty, so I thought, yeah, it's gonna be just drive home, and it's gonna be a good race. But I spun for some reason. No one can explain, but managed to fight back up to second. Yep.
Yeah, Benjamin, it was looking like it was a comfortable win for you before that spin. I'm curious how hard it was for you concentrating after you've got that first place. Because obviously when you have such a big margin to the driver in second place, your biggest enemy is the watch, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. I just my head played with me again, and it got into me, and I lost. I lost. Sorry, what did you say? I lost concentration. There you go. I lost concentration to driving the car, and I spun on a curb or something. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but from there on, it was trying to catch up to leaders again.
Yeah, one last question from me. We've seen about 10 spins, if not more, in that section where you've spun as well. My question is, what was going on there?
I think it was like there was the curb, and then it dived down a bit, and sometimes you put your tire onto the lower part, and then when you try to get back up, it unsettles the car and you spin it. Yeah, as you said, like you see it in a lot of people. Difficult part. It's a weird part of the track.
Yep. Thank you, Benjamin. Now I'll let Biggles and Aidan if they want to ask you more questions.
I do. G'day, Benjamin. Obviously, you still, it's one of those races, mate, especially at home. But you see some rare mistakes from your driving. But not to be, you started in that P2, but I guess if it's a frustrating race for you and you still manage to finish in P2, that's not the worst case, is it? Towards the end, I'm very, very close to finishing in P1, of course. But I have to once again, hats off to you, my friend, for great sportsmanship. It was a my bad situation, wasn't it, with yourself there and Victor, and then you just backed off there, so you let Victor to continue with that one. Once again, the sportsmanship that we need to see more of with online racing. And but you were gunning for the win. We couldn't believe it towards the end because we were actually talking, weren't we, Ed, about how Victor was like, he just has to cruise at home, you know what I mean, buy that car some nice dinner and some nice flowers or whatever, and then all of a sudden he made a mistake. It was practically as we're talking about that, and then it allowed you to come back in there, and at that point you must have been going, well, hey, I can actually win this race now. You probably wouldn't have thought about that 10 laps earlier. And then, you gave it 2 for nail. It's motor racing, F-gap car. But once again, there's mistakes, and we saw that before when you guys battling it out with Liam at the start as well. So it's just unfortunate with his issues that he had. Great racing, mate. And, championship still yours. I'm sure that you've got that trophy cabinet. You already have one trophy in that cabinet. You want to be ready for another one next to it. So...
Oh, for sure.
Take one race at a time.
Thank you.
Do we have?
I have one question for Benjamin.
Yes.
How do you feel going forward in the championship after this race? Obviously you got P2, probably not the way you wanted to, colliding with Victor, but yeah, just walk us through how you feel going through the rest of the year. Or season, rather.
For the rest of the season, I think I'm just gonna think about it race through race. Just plan on what's on the upcoming race, and just focus on that. Focus on individual performances on each track, and not throughout the whole thing. If I think like, P8 is gonna be fine for me, I'm leading anyways. That's not how I want to enjoy the championship. So yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Benjamin. Yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah,
on
you
your
have a lot
P2
of-
finish.
yeah, and you have a lot of autographs to sign, mate. I think it was about 100,000 people here at the moment. So you're going to have to also do the interview all over again in German. So
sure.
Thank you very much, Benjamin. Do we get? I want to hear from Victor. Is Victor Bolle here available? Because I'm sure he'd be absolutely stoked.
Yes, I can move him down.
Yeah,
here.
please drag him in here. Grab him by the scruff of the neck if you need to, because I'm sure he's going to be super stoked. You can see how way he was shaking that steering wheel at the end.
Yeah.
Shaking it like a Polaroid picture, and I would be, because that was a photograph finish.
Well,
I got puns all day long.
You don't shake Polaroid pictures. It's actually very bad to do it. So.
Yeah, I know. But who even has Polaroid pictures? Oh, you can still get them, but yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah.
Put in the salt.
Biggles. One thing before I drag Victor in here. This was race 6, but I think you put round 7 for the thumbnail.
No. It says race 6 up on my screen, my friend.
I might just have to refresh, but it's fine.
If it's in the YouTube, I have no control over that one.
Yeah, I'm bringing Victor in now. So, yep, here he is.
Victor!
Hello, Victor.
Do you copy, Victor? There he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, so you doused in champagne, mate. You've done it. You won the race. Right towards the end, you had to battle it off there with our championship leader, but you got it done, mate. How do you feel?
Oh, it was a crazy end. I think every time I win a race, it needs to be a crazy end with Benjamin until the last lap, as it happened in Canada. A little touch there, but as you said before, great sportsmanship from Benjamin. I mean, we all do mistakes, and I really appreciate that he slowed down to let me by. So it's not, as you said before, I think it's not usual to see that in a racing, unfortunately. So it's great to have Benjamin in this championship.
It is an
I-
anti-store racing. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was really curious if he could catch me without my mistake. I think we could have a last lap battle without my mistake, and he really catching me. But yeah, I was really curious if he had enough pace to catch me by the end of the race. But then I did the mistake, and we had two amazing final laps.
Well, I hope you weren't listening to us at the end there when I was to say you had to bring it home there and once again buy some nice dinner and roses for that car that delivered it for you for the XBD Emerald Racing. Yeah, mate, it's a fantastic. I had something else to say, but I just actually forgot it there for a second. But I'll remember it. That's right. Sorry. Well, yeah, Ed was talking about the previous. See, Ed's got all his notes about the previous Canadian incident that you guys had. And so I think now, Ed, we might have to call it the Prost and Senna battle, isn't it? Between Victor and Benjamin. That's what it's turning into, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think the pace is a bit different. I mean, every time I'm fighting for the win is for different circumstances. I think I haven't got the pace to fight for the win.
Well, who would you be? Would you be Prost or would you be Senna in that scenario?
Well, I let the fans choose.
All right.
Yeah, but well, it's good to have these battles. Obviously, Benjamin has much more pace, but it's good fun to have these battles. Again, in the last few rounds, I couldn't fight for the win, and well, in this round I haven't got the pace, but for different circumstances, I was there. So yeah, I'll take it.
You're just watching the replay right now of that little tango as your car almost flipped, mate. So,
to be honest, I
yeah.
didn't know what really happened there. Yeah, I was really going slow, but I think Benjamin was really.
I was trying to go for the outside in, going into your inside then, but I didn't go too far inside and I hit your rear right.
Because I really didn't expect that touch, because obviously it was really at the beginning of the exit of the corner.
Yeah.
Well, it was the last lap, mate. He had to go for it, of course. That's what you do as drivers.
Yeah, no, but no, I was just saying that I didn't expect to happen that early in the exit of the corner, because he was already putting the throttle on, and I was still braking, and I was like, what
you were
happened
still
there?
braking? What?
No, not braking, but I didn't press the throttle.
This is Benjamin we're talking about, remember? So he's going to tell you something that maybe not necessarily. But that's a question to go back before I throw it over to Ed. To you, Victor, when you were leading that race, and I think you had about 3 seconds and change gap there quite well, even though you're losing a little bit of time there to say Benjamin towards the end, but you had that up your sleeve. What was that moment lapse that caught you off guard? I'll see if I can actually find the replay of that, but what was that moment that gave you a big scare and said, uh-oh, I'm now in big trouble?
Well, I really thought that I really lost the race because when I did the mistake, I had also a slowdown, so he could overtake me. But luckily, I did the slowdown just before the DRS on, so I could get the position back because of the DRS. So I was a bit lucky to have the mistake by the end of the lap. But yeah, I don't know what really happened. I think it was a long race.
We were actually watching you, believe it, on the stream, so you can look at that one back, actually, because I can't find the highlights at all. But we weren't we, Ed? We were actually watching that scenario. I remember we were on board with you and we saw that. So,
as I was saying, it was really a long race because of the heat, and I was sweating and just praying to end the race. I probably lost a little bit of focus on that lap, and then I did the mistake. Yeah.
There you have it. It could have been worse.
In that corner.
It could have been, yeah. There was highlights tooth and nail on that corner. If I tell you what, if you guys want to go visit this track in the future, stand right there. Get your seats there. That'll be the best place in town to be. Ed, any questions there for our race winner? I know Ed's got a ton of notes here.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, as you said, because I'm the guy with the notes. But if there's something that I noted is the fact that in the first 2 races here in Season 1 and Season 2, you have DNF'd on this track. And now you've gone straight back to winning ways here at Hockenheim. So my question is, what do you think has changed this season on this specific track?
Well, I think last season was really frustrating because I remember I had a penalty before the race started, and then I did a mistake because I didn't save the race setup, so I start the race with the quali setup. So starting the race with a pit lane start and then starting the race with quali fuel, it wasn't great. So I think just putting the race setup, it's what probably changed this year from last year. But I don't know. I'm trying just not to make mistakes. I'm not getting involved in incidents. I think last year I was too aggressive, and I did some mistakes, and I was involved in incidents that no one wants to be involved. And I think I'm trying just to get away from incidents and then taking my opportunities when there are some.
Yeah, my last question is, when you've done a mistake, imagine it was close to you right after turn 1, it looked like you were slowing down. Was that on purpose in order to get DRS and get a place back before the hairpin at turn 6? Or was that a slowdown, or was that just because of the mistake you've had to slow down in order to save the car? In the last lap or second last lap, I think it was, anyways, towards the end of the race.
Yeah, well, as I said, I was a bit lucky because I had the mistake just at the end of the lap, and I had a 1 second slowdown because of that. So I did a little bit just in the straight line, and by that point Benjamin was just right behind me, and then I just did the rest of the slowdown in the next corner or in the next straight, and then because of that I could have the race. I think, to be honest, if I wouldn't have the slowdown, I think I would lose the race, because Benjamin could pass me on the second final lap, and then he could push just in the last lap. So yeah, I mean, even with the mistake, I was a bit lucky with that when that happened. So yeah.
Yeah, this is exactly why I asked you, because I thought that was a strategic move in order to give him the to give him the place and get yourself the DRS and then get a place back. But anyways, congratulations, Victor. This is your second win of the season, so enjoy it. I know you will be sleeping very, very well tonight because of
Thank you.
this.
Thank you so
Vamos.
much.
Vamos. Say it. Come on, Ed. You know a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah, I actually don't.
Yeah, just say vamos, vamos. Vamos is okay.
Yes.
What was it? What was it? Smooth operator.
Yeah. No, that's only exclusive to our other driver, of course. Victor, you have to come up with something else, mate. But yeah, if you keep winning,
Yeah.
you'll have plenty of opportunities to give us a new
Well,
line.
I'll think about this on the next time, and I'll come up with something.
Victor, you need to find yourself a song before your next win.
Okay, I think about it, and maybe next race I win.
Gasolina?
I'll take it. Oh, let's bring this one. Let's bring this one up next time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, mate. You have a lay
Cool.
down. Get
Thank you.
another trophy on the cabinet. That's good to have.
Thank you so much.
Yep. Congratulations, Victor. Congratulations, Benjamin. Also, congratulations to Hannes Schlogger, who has finished in third place, but he hasn't been with us in the commentators box for the interviews. Anyways, thank you, Biggles, for being here with me. Thank you, Aidan, for being with us throughout qualifying and also the race. And thank you to every single one who has watched this race today. So it's a pleasure to commentate and stream these races. And we'll see you guys next week, Monday, at the same time. Up until then,
Never mind. He's
see you
already
guys.
left.